Hello and welcome to the Music Shack podcast. This is episode number 13. This week you're joined by myself, Bruce,
Ron,
and Ed.
Well, I was loud on that one.
Yeah.
Glad you were.
I wanted to start on a actually dark tone before we get moving into like the normal nonsense that we tend to do. What is it? There's a member of the Roots that passed away. Let me find the article. Yeah, Malik B passed away at the age of 47. So I'd like to say, my prayers and condolences go out to his family and his friends. But yeah, I actually read the article that the Rolling Stones did on it, and who is it? Black Thought had a lot of like very good things to say about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, about who he was as a artist and who he was as a person. So, again, may he rest in peace.
Too many people have gone this year. And it's only July.
Yeah.
It is.
But, moving on to what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with the albums?
Alright.
Go right ahead.
Number 1 is Juice WRLD's Legends Never Die. Yeah, I'm looking at the right one. Number 2 is Pop Smoke's Shooting for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Number 3 is Gaslighter by the Chicks. Number 4 is the Hamilton, what is that, like a Broadway album?
Yeah, it's like a soundtrack, basically.
Soundtrack? Okay. Number 5 is Lil Baby's My Turn. Number 6 is Gene Aiko's Chillamambo, I think is how you pronounce that.
It's butchered, but someone will yell at us anyway.
Yeah. If it is butchered, I apologize.
No, it's hella butchered.
Well, then how's it pronounced?
I'm not even going to attempt it. I just know you butchered it.
Okay. I apologize for butchering. Number 7 is Hollywood is Bleeding by Post Malone. Number 8 is Blame It On Baby by DaBaby. Number 9 is Fine Line by Harry Styles. And number 10 is After Hours by The Weeknd.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we move on to our artists?
Alright, so starting at number 1, we've got Juice WRLD. At number 2, we've got the Chicks.
So what's weird before you go any further is that the Chicks are number 2 for artists, but their album is number 3.
You'll be very surprised when you see who's number 3.
Merchandise factors into it. And
I just think it's weird.
Yeah.
These top 10 artists, number 3 will shock you.
Oh, I know.
Number 3 is Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
At number 4, we've got Harry Styles. Number 5, we've got Lil Baby. At number 6, we've got Post Malone. At number 7, we've got DaBaby. Number 8, we've got Luke Combs. Number 9, we've got The Weeknd. And number 10, we've got BTS.
BTS still holding top.
Surprisingly.
Top 10.
And then for our singles, we have... One second. We have number 1. Why can't I find it? There it is. We have Rockstar by DaBaby featuring Roddy Ricch. What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow featuring DaBaby.
And Lil Wayne and Mix.
Yes. And then we have Popstar by DJ Khaled featuring Drake at number 3. New entry.
Yep.
Blinding Lights by The Weeknd at number 4.
That actually set a record for Drake for like most amount of songs to hit I forget where it landed, but supposedly holds a Billboard record for most amount of songs to wind up in like the top 10.
Interesting.
So
and then number 4 is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. Number 5 is Roses by St. John. We have Savage at number 6 by Megan Thee Stallion featuring Nicki Minaj.
Beyonce.
I'm sorry. I always fuck that up.
There's a huge difference.
I always fuck that up.
Huge difference.
Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles at number 7. Grease by DJ Khaled featuring Drake, number 8. New entry. And then Come and Go by Juice WRLD and Marshmello, number 9. And Go Crazy by Chris Brown and Young Thug at number 10.
Yep.
So I'm guessing DJ Khaled and Drake dropped like a duo thing?
They did 2 songs together.
Just 2?
Yeah, and those 2 are
In the top 10.
top 10.
Interesting.
Okay then.
I don't find either artist to be good, but
I like some of Drake's work. I like DJ Khaled's older work. Remember, like, how when he, like, it seemed like when he started out with his solo career, you'd hear DJ Khaled, we the best, and like you knew you were in for something good.
I don't know if I'd call it good, but
Now it's something you could party to, which by my
when
definition,
you're shit-faced, yes.
good. Now I don't get that vibe anymore. It's like DJ Khaled, and I'm like, okay, is it going to be good though? Like,
Are you still the best music?
no, no.
But moving on into our featured stuff. Why don't we start with Bruce?
All right. Well, this week I've got Metal Commando by Primal Fear.
I was actually gonna look into this anyway, because I knew it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it. It was pretty solid.
I gotta say, it was. It fits very well with the genre they put themselves into.
Yes. It is very much.
What do they define themselves as? Because like
what are they defined as?
I thought of them as power metal. He thought of them as thrash.
Yeah, I thought it was
they
like
are heavy metal, just heavy metal.
just heavy metal.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
It actually fit well because I've been listening to Iron Maiden all week, and they fit perfectly in. Like I could play all the songs together, and I feel like I was listening to the same stuff. It's just you got a different band playing it now, so it fits the genre very well.
What I was talking to Ed before we started, before you got here and we started. The second song on that album was very AC/DC esque, but heavier.
Yeah.
Which was "Along Came the Devil."
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, it was. I like a lot of the riffs in that album. It sounded very fun for riffs, and then the drums I also really liked. The drum work, which for it being heavy metal with like power influence, it had somewhat of variety to the drums, which was something nice for me at least. Because what I feel like power metal is just it's one style of drum riff, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or they change, like they'll throw in like they'll change it up a little bit usually, but not very often.
But it's very good.
It wasn't bad. It was not bad. Ed, how about we go with you next?
I was thinking while we're in the topic of metal, we
we could.
Which you recommended,
Which I didn't actually
which
recommend.
was 2 songs, and then the
yeah.
album
And then
that
the
you forgot to
album.
let us know existed.
I know I'm terrible.
Come on, man.
Failure.
I'm awful. But so I'll start with the singles because that's what I did put in the chat. But we had "Hate Love" by Eskimo Callboy. They're dropping an EP soon.
Okay.
So this is the second song since Hypa Hypa. I love this song. I remember telling you guys earlier in the week that it seemed it was something similar to something else to me, and I couldn't place what it was.
That might be one of the few metal albums that I go running to.
It's like it's just
Because
it's a 6-song set.
I've heard 2 songs by them, and I've enjoyed them. So, yeah.
If you want to hear like heavier stuff, go to their older. Like if you want like deathcore vibes, older stuff.
Okay.
Because the first album is very much like a deathcore feel, and then you have the electronic elements in it. There's also a bit of auto-tune in the first album.
I actually enjoyed the 2 pieces of work that I heard, which was Hypa Hypa, and so I kind of don't want to hear their older stuff. Just being honest.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the EP.
All right.
Like I said, Hate Love. I got a lot of Offspring vibes, just
Okay.
heavier,
Yeah.
especially with the chorus.
It felt very 3 Days Grace, but heavier to me.
Yeah, a little bit of that too. It was
More so in the course, the 3 Days Grace vibes.
I've been playing it a lot lately.
Yeah.
It's been on repeat. And then I had the new Chelsea Grin song, which was Bleeding Sun.
A little too heavy for me, I think.
I love it. I've over time I've come to love deathcore and death metal to a lot of degrees, and I like this a lot. I want to hear. I want to go listen to their other stuff because at the time I wasn't into that heavy of a style. So I never listened to anything they had, but now I want to go experience it, and I want to hear more of this, more of what Bleeding Sun was.
Gotcha.
And then the album I had was the Acacia Strain with Slow Decay, which I mentioned in the upcomings last week. Deathcore with a little bit of groove, and it's like deathcore death metal like crossing. So their vocalist he's got some range. He can go pretty low. He's got some pretty good highs. It starts off kind of creepy, because the first song is titled "Feed a Pigeon, Breed a Rat," and the type of scream he does in the beginning of the song, and the beginning of the song is pretty much like a chant. Like, it's kind of weird, but he screams in a way, in a tone that is very throaty, which obviously it's not, because you're not screaming from the throat, but it sounds like he is, and it sounds a little strained, and it sounds creepy as fuck, but it works. And then the album itself is pretty much about how the earth is slowly decaying over time because of what we've done to it. And I showed you that there are two song titles on here that I found interesting. One was "I Breathed in the Smoke Deeply, and It Tasted Like Death, and I Smiled," which was cool. That is my fault. I clicked on a song by accident.
How dare you?
I actually turned down Bruce's mic because I thought it was coming from Bruce's phone.
Well, oh well.
Yeah. It probably didn't play long enough for us to get striked, but
I don't think anyone's gonna hear it. YouTube might detect it, but we'll see.
see.
If we get a strike, we'll know.
Well, no. I mean, I've seen other podcasts get away with a lot more than that.
True. But yeah, so I breathed in the smoke deeply. It tasted like death, and I smiled. That is a hell of a title.
It is.
Yeah.
And then the last song, in all caps, is titled "Earth Will Become Death," which pretty much talks about
true.
the inevitability of the Earth dying.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fun fact I told you Ed earlier, is that this song title comes from a kid's schoolwork essay,
Okay.
where it was just titled that in all caps, and the group said it was unintentionally metal.
I still think the kid's metal.
If the kid's metal, holy shit, I'm happy about that. That is good.
Like, I don't think it was unintentionally
He
metal.
doesn't know it yet, but he is metal.
So
he might already know he's metal.
That was funny. They found it online.
Because you said it was in middle school, right?
I don't know. It's just a kid's schoolwork. I would assume middle school somewhere.
All right. Because, like, I was pretty heavy in the metal when I was in middle school.
Well, a lot of kids younger in was it like early like third grader usually I've seen at concerts love metal music.
That's weird. Like a third grader at a metal concert.
I've
I would
seen it.
not bring my child to a metal concert.
I've seen it.
Actually, I wouldn't bring my child to a concert of any form.
I've seen it. It's cool to see though. I love that like kids are enjoying that type
Just
of music.
imagine that in kindergarten they're playing heavy metal for map time instead of
Yo, I'm down.
Rhymes.
I'd be down. I'm sure there's
There's definitely a cover of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, there is.
But
I mean, DMX covered Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
But yeah, no, I love this album. I want to go back and hear more of their stuff because I've heard of this group before and I've heard that they're really, really good, and I can clearly tell that. So I want to go listen to more.
All right.
But it was just very, like I said, it was just very creepy, and the whole thing is just about Earth eventually like dying off because humanity is horrible.
No, we're not. We are perfect in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't destroy our environment. Cars don't pollute.
Now they're the factories.
I was about to say our factories don't pollute.
And there is no war in Bossing Say.
And we never nuked anything.
No.
Never. Why would we?
We're the best creature for this environment.
In fact, the Earth should be thanking us.
Anyway.
So, what have you got, Ed?
I have an album rumored to be Logic's retirement album, but the vibe I got from it is less of I'm retiring and more of I'm taking a break because I want to enjoy parenting, which is
That makes
respectable.
sense. Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people wind up spending crucial time that they could be with their kids on the road touring. So he's
Yeah.
taking the adult idea, well, the adult approach to it, and saying, all right, I guess I'll try to raise my child.
Because he can always go on tour later, but he'll never be able to raise his kid again.
Yeah. And I'm sure when Logic comes back, people will still want to hear him from him.
Mm-hmm.
If he does, he might be just done with the whole industry nonsense.
Yeah, we'll
But-
see when he comes back,
Yeah.
if he does.
I liked it though. Album was very solid. But I also kind of like Logic anyway.
I was never a fan of him.
I listened to him years ago, so I don't know how different this is from his older stuff, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
But I liked what he did previously, especially the one where they had Justin Roiland on it from Rick and Morty, which was kind of weird at the time, but it was kind of cool,
Mhm.
just because it was relevant. But yeah, so like I said, I don't know how different this album is from his past work, but I do like this.
All right.
I remember telling you like it earlier, a couple Eminem vibes off of it, which was interesting.
But yeah, I enjoyed the album as somebody who doesn't tend to enjoy Logic's work. The only thing I didn't like was the in-between song aspect of, you know, them cataloging what they were doing in between the recordings.
Yeah, it wasn't I didn't enjoy that because of what it was. It was the way the cadence was in the voice.
Yeah,
It was very like stuttery and struggling.
yeah. Now, as an outro, I would have been fine with that.
No, but the intro with that too.
Yeah, they did.
It was just weird. Like I said, it was weird because of the way it was like cadenced, but it was paced. It was just odd. It's like this album was written in a week, and it was recorded over 4 studio sessions in 1 year. All right, cool. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting, but like we didn't need to know that,
I mean, it'd be more interesting as like an interview piece.
right?
Like if you're in an interview, yeah, I sat there and I wrote it down and I wrote the album in a week, and me and ID, we met up 4 different times in a year to sit there. Like that would have been dope.
hmm
Not have it breaking up songs.
Yeah, it was just kind of felt oddly placed.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was good. It was very enjoyable.
Mhm.
You got any singles for us? Because you
I
don't ever put any in chat anymore.
haven't had a day off since Friday. Sorry.
You need to stop dying.
I need to stop working nonstop.
You're a driver. You always work.
True. Even when I'm not on the clock, I drove here.
It's a life you're forced to live.
Yes.
No, if I get a day off next week, I will give you some singles. Well, I try not to because the albums I've been recommending are so long
Yeah.
that I kind of feel guilty. Yeah, I don't want to be like, hey, yeah, by the way, I know I just recommended a 32-song album, but here's 4 singles for you guys to listen to that cover a wide range. But yeah, I honestly went looking for a single or two. That's why I was up till 3 Monday night after I got done editing the other one, because I was looking for singles and I just didn't find anything that really stood out to me.
Were you replaying Tomorrowland?
Huh?
Were you replaying Tomorrowland?
Actually, the Relive ticket is active today,
Oh, okay.
and I haven't had a chance to use that.
I'm sure you will, though.
My next day off, I will be. So I guess we'll talk about that now, huh?
Why not?
You go right
The
ahead.
virtual music festival known as
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland around the world. It was great. They had 8 different stages. It was literally impossible to watch every performance in that weekend because there was performances going on all at the same time. Timmy
That's how Rock Allegiance is, too.
Timmy Trumpet was on the main stage while Laidback Luke was on another stage, while I believe Hardwell was on another stage at that same time.
Mm-hmm.
Or hold on, I'm mixing my days up. But yeah, it's just nuts. It was hard to like. It's like, oh my God, so and so's here and so's there. Like,
You gotta pick and choose.
you gotta pick and choose. Dimitri Vegas and like Mike, I swear we're all on one, bro. Like, I think they were the closer for day. Yeah, they're the closer for day one, and like they have a great performance. But like, they're playing Bohemian Rhapsody, which I think I butchered. Bohemian Rhapsody. There we go. I did butcher, and they'd cut the sound out to like hear the crowd sing back. It was funny. They cut the sound out, and like you get like almost like 3/4 of a second worth of silence, and then the music kicks back on.
That's so weird.
And I'm like, why did they do that?
That must have been very awkward to watch.
It was awkward to listen to because I was driving.
Uh,
I was like, did my connection cut out? I destroyed my internet. Like, I have no internet right now on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cool to watch. I got to see Timmy Trumpet's performance. The man is a walking gimmick.
yeah, you told me all about that.
He went up on stage in a boxing uniform, right? Hit the play button, put on boxing gloves, right? What wound up playing was the theme music to Rocky.
There goes something like that.
Yeah, he sat there. He took off the boxing gloves and started playing the trumpet, and then he put the trumpet down to chug some alcohol, scream something into the mic, and then carry on. He also put on "Party Till We Die," and before the drop said, "This is how we fucking party," and put the bottle upside down and was just chugging the shit out of it. I'm like,
I mean, he has a point.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
I would assume so. Sounds like it.
It's what to watch while on your lunch break at work. It's like, damn.
For a half hour.
I wish I could be enjoying this. Well, I have an hour lunch, so I was able to see most of the performance.
Gotcha. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Better than the event I watched. That's for sure.
Yeah. What was nuts? They had a virtual island.
Yeah, you were showing me. They actually
you could like scroll around and like you tap on like the different things. Most of day one, I was watching the core performances. The first guy they had up there, I thought was trying to blow out my speaker because it was just one bass heavy track after another. It's just boom, 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 like no breathers. I mean, no breathers.
You can't go wrong with bass, but
like. But normally, like, someone will sit there and they'll cut in a track that doesn't necessarily start with the bass kicking hard as hell. No.
Just going for it.
Just going for it. Just
start it off right away.
I think to myself, I'm like, if I was actually there, I'd have been on my face by now. And it would have been the first act of Tomorrowland. But the cool thing is, I was actually shocked. I was expecting to see a lot of trail mix. And I heard a lot of beat matching errors. Which let me know that because you're not going to trail mix a beat match error.
No.
So, because it just sounds bad. So that let me know that there's people actually DJing. The guy, I wish I could remember his name, but he actually opened up on the main stage and he had a beat matching error. And the way he corrected it was unique because he threw noise over top of it and then just dropped the other song instead of trying to work through the train wreck as it's referred to. But yeah, it was fucking dope.
Yeah, I remember when I went to see Hollywood Undead, which featured Cypress Hill, actually.
Hollywood Undead featuring Cypress Hill.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Cypress Hill was on the bill.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
what's his name?
What type of who else was on that bill below them? Who was on the undercard?
Exhibit.
So it was a rap concert.
With Hollywood Undead.
Okay. No, because I wanted to know. I was like, was it a rap concert? Was it a metal concert? Like, what type of atmosphere was it?
We didn't stay my friend and I didn't stay for Cypress Hill for that one because we didn't really care for them. I wanted to see Hollywood Undead. Exhibit was really good. And then...
Oh, so Exhibit opened?
No,
Hollywood Undead went on?
It was some other group or some other artist who was he had a lot of electronic stuff with a Dex, who I think was actually DJing. I don't know if he was.
You never know. Not when you're in the crowd.
He wasn't terrible. And then it was Exhibit, and it was HU, and then it was Cypress.
Oh, okay.
That was a good show, though, for what we stayed for. But yeah, so I wanted to bring that up because of the guy DJing. He wasn't terrible. Wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible.
Hey, it wasn't bad, so... Eh.
Yeah. Oh, DJ Lucius had a remix of Californication
Yeah?
by the Red Hot Chili
I
Peppers.
remember you talking about this.
That was fucking sick.
I've come to like the Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot.
You've come to like them?
Yeah, I used to not.
I never not liked them. It was just like really weird because you hear their lead singer's vocals with just like house music pounding in the background.
Yeah,
And it had like 5 drops. But it was a festival ID, so it had to have 5 drops.
right.
Okay.
So
Weird that they had a specific number of drops that needed to be in there.
they don't, but
Just usually they go over the
It's
top of
just
them.
how it works.
yes.
Why don't we move into our upcoming releases?
We could do that.
And then we can get to news if we have any.
I have some news.
And since I brought up Hollywood Undead, this actually lines up perfectly for this.
Here we go. This guy had it all planned out. He has a script.
He's been waiting this entire time.
Well, I told Ed, and we'll just start with mine then, I think.
All right.
But I told Ed before we started, Hollywood Undead is for the 31st. It's coming out of July. It has coming out with a new song featuring Tech 9 called Idol. This will be uploaded the day it comes out, most likely. So I am very excited. I am definitely going to be listening to it, and it's probably going to be a banger because every song they have to me is a banger. So, but the album release is coming up for the 31st that I have here. Alcatraz with Born Innocent. Elaine Johannes with Hum. Between the Buried and Me with the Silent Circus re-release, which I might listen to. We have Black Veil Brides with Restitch These Wounds. I'm excited to hear the rest of that because I love the first album and I can't wait to hear the rest of it that's remastered and redone. It's gonna be so good. We have D. Snyder with For the Love of Metal Live CD/DVD set. We have High Spirits with Hard to Stop. Imperial Triumphant with Alphaville. Lionheart with The Reality of Miracles. Lionheart I know of. Heard some pretty good things. Mora Prakaza. I'm probably butchered that. With By Chance. We have Psychosexual with Torch the Faith. And Septic Flesh with Infernus Symphonica. Which I believe, if I'm reading the Roman numerals correct, that is 2019. DVD. That's a DVD set. Then Thunder Mother with Heatwave. And Upon a Burning Body with Built from War EP. I'm excited for that one. And then Warkings with Revenge. So, pretty big list. A couple of things on here I'm excited and curious about. So, I may have a lot of stuff next week.
There seems to be a bit of a theme to what I'm about to read out.
Oh.
These are albums.
Okay.
They're supposed to be being released July 31st. We have Nick Caution's Open Flame EP. We have Brandy with B7. That's the name of the album.
Mm-hmm.
We have The Respected Sopranos by Benny the Butcher
Are they respected?
and Black Soprano Family. What Could Possibly Go Wrong with Dominic Fike.
Okay.
And Mafia Business by Shoreline Mafia. And Streams of Thought, Volume 3, Cain and Abel by Black Thought.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a mafia.
Yeah,
theme.
we have
Respected
Sopranos.
Sopranos, Mafia Business. I mean, Open Flame kind of
A little bit. And then
leans there.
the Black Soprano Family. That's weird. How?
Well, The Respected Sopranos
Mm-hmm.
is by Benny the Butcher and the Black Soprano Family,
Okay. Gotcha.
which Benny the Butcher is a part of Griselda.
Okay.
So It's going to be
that is
interesting.
It's an interesting theme. What you got, Bruce?
Well, just like last week, the website I would normally go to get my releases, they don't update until midnight tonight.
Oh.
You need a new website.
Yeah, you do.
I've been looking, and of course I was like, alright, I'll go look for some metal ones. And I happened to stumble across the same exact website as Ron, because I was like, alright, these are...
just
wait,
because...
You
and
could
I was like,
probably
oh
get a
wait, this is what
Billboard,
Ron's saying. That's
get a
also...
list.
Oh, this is the same website. So, I am trying to find things, but it's not very easy to find upcoming albums unless somebody's already put a list together.
That's going to be good. There's a lot coming out for August 7th. I'm excited.
There's some stuff for August 7th that I'm pretty excited about, too.
Yeah, just like I said, I'm excited for the Black Veil Brides remake. We have Upon a Burning Body coming out with an EP. A band called Psychosexual with a new album. I've heard of them. I don't know what they are in terms of genre.
Didn't you already read this out?
I did.
Oh,
I'm just
doing it
going,
again?
filling
He's just-
a little bit.
Oh, okay. We don't need filler.
Sure we do.
Because we can talk about albums and stuff that we've been listening to recently that's not really
Yeah.
up to date.
You're right. We can.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? This guy's trying to use filler. We don't need filler.
I mean, sometimes.
We are anti-filler.
We're the opposite of filler.
This whole podcast is filler. What the fuck are we talking about?
This is true.
Yeah.
We have no anime arc.
I thought I had one in season 2.
Anyway,
We're on season 2.
bro, you didn't know this is season 4?
No.
Nor did I.
Well, surprise, surprise. Well, I guess I could start off with an album that I've been listening to that I tried to recommend, but I forgot to double check to see when it was released. I have Nordlicht by Versingold.
Yeah, you put that in our chat as a recommended, and then you said scratch that and put it in
Yeah, because
Metal Commando.
I dug a little deeper and I was like, oh wait, this was released last year. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do a double check because as much as I wanted to talk about it as a new album, it'll have to settle for.
It's not quite new.
But they're a German folk neo medieval band.
Okay, that's a weird mix.
Yeah, but they've got some wonderful stuff. They've been doing it since 2003, I believe.
Interesting. I've been playing a lot of Eskimo Callboy.
Can't blame you.
I love Hate Love and I love Hypa Hypa. I dove in our first album. First album's pretty good. So that's what I've been playing lately.
I've been listening to a lot of compilation albums, trying to find more weapons for my decks.
Yeah.
Once you get your MIDI keyboard.
One of which was Bass Culture 4, put together by UKF. And then the other one is just labeled EDM 2020,
Okay.
which is supposed to be like top songs from 2019. So it's false advertising.
Technically, yeah.
Time to say some stupid shit to make it actually needed to be an edit point.
Yes.
No, we don't need to do that.
Yes.
Let's get into the news, shall we?
I don't have any news. Other than Corey Taylor. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention. Corey Taylor has their...
Well, there's news for you.
It's not necessarily news. It's
I don't have any news.
But by the way, did you hear about blank?
not really news. Corey Taylor just dropped 2 songs very recently off of his solo project that he's doing.
Oh.
The album was called CMFT, which stands for
Corey motherfucking Taylor.
Yes. He dropped he dropped 2 songs. We have CMFT Can't Be Stopped, which is towards the end of the album. Or Must Be Stopped, I should say. CMFT Must Be Stopped, and Black Eyes Blue. Black Eyes Blue seems to be... It sounds like a love song. It might be about drugs underlying. I don't know. It's Corey Taylor. Then
So wait, you're talking about drugs now?
CMFT...
Do you have a problem?
No, I'm just saying. Like, it could be about drugs, knowing him.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Yes, because drugs are not good for you. Don't do them, kids.
Yes.
I mean, there's a song that 6am has that's about heroin called The Girl with Golden Eyes.
Well, heroin's okay, because that's not a drug.
Yeah, that just kills you. Anyway.
We don't condone any of these.
No, we do not.
But yeah, so Black Eyes Blue, and then CMFT Must Be Stopped, featuring Tech9 and Kid Bookie.
Gotcha.
Both of which are really good. I like CMFT a lot more just because it's, you know, this is who I am. I'm a badass. We're badass. It's that type of hype track. The album itself, from what I can gather, is going to be... It's a rock album, so there's going to be hard rock in it. There's going to be some softer stuff like Black Eyes Blues, and then probably whatever else is in between. So I'm excited. That doesn't come out for a while, but as we get closer to it, I will bring it back up.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
You sure about that?
I am positive you won't.
I'm still excited for August. Vianity is putting out a new album.
But I guess if you want to consider that news, that's
that,
all I
that
have.
is news. That is news. So apparently there's a new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater coming out.
Remasters.
It's a remaster.
It's a remaster of 1 and 2, I think. Or it's the original 3. I don't know.
They plan on having a Tribe Called Quest, Sublime, Machine Gun Kelly, and that's the list that they're giving me so far.
They're having a lot of interesting songs on there.
Yeah, the soundtrack sounds like it's going to be pretty good.
I mean, if they have Machine Gun Kelly, sure. I don't like MGK.
What is it? I know. Who was it? A guy who kind of forefathered the grime scene over in England.
Mm-hmm.
When he started rapping, what he was doing was kind of considered garage. He didn't like being called garage, so he tried to name it his own thing, and then eventually it turned into grime.
Okay.
He actually wound up facing a 48-hour ban from Twitter and Instagram for anti-Semitic remarks.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what he said.
You should get the consequence.
You gotta watch what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on Twitter, because Twitter holds...
Well, he said it in an interview with Sky News.
Oh.
So that's what had happened there.
Oh. Well, apparently it hit Twitter.
And he was upset with Sky News for airing what he said.
Yeah. I would be... You shouldn't have said it in the first place.
If you don't want somebody to hear what you're saying, don't say it.
Right. Like, because 9 times out of 10, you have an interview with a company, they're gonna... Or like a news company like that, they're gonna put it out there.
Especially when you're a big act.
Yeah, really.
Like, there's no one you can talk to where you can say something offensive
And
that's not going to get out to somebody.
Right.
He could have been joking with one of his buddies, and it would have got out. Like, if he wasn't joking, if he was being, like, dead seriously anti-Semitic, it would have got out.
Right. And Twitter, Twitter pulls no punches either.
I don't like to think that he's anti-Semitic, because it's one of my favorite UK artists, but if he is, you gotta stop. I gotta stop.
Yeah. Well, it's like with the one Twitch streamer I watched for the longest time. I found out that he was a sexual abuser. And I was like, yeah, no support.
Yeah.
So it's something like that, basically.
I do believe you brought that up on
I did.
Ish Talkers Anonymous, right?
What is Ish Talkers Anonymous, Bruce?
Well, Ish Talkers Anonymous is our other podcast where we, in a way to say, we shoot the shit for about an hour.
Or more.
Depending on how well our brains are flowing.
Yeah.
And usually they're not flowing, we just kind of spout bullshit.
There is no topic that we have set beforehand, there is no structure, there is purely bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just scatter painting.
Basically. It's like Picasso.
Yes.
But in words.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it Picasso in words. Picasso was a little better.
Yeah, he was a little better than us.
But,
it's something.
It's basically just us talking for an hour.
It is hilarious, though.
It is great. We've got some great things going on over there.
There are some great stories that have come out of it.
I normally laugh my ass off editing it.
I love going back to listen to those.
And I ask myself, why don't I laugh during recording more? Like, because I'm dying through, like, the whole process of editing.
I don't know.
Once again, that is Ish Talkers Anonymous.
If that's something up to your speed, go ahead and go watch it.
Yes.
Back to the regularly scheduled program, if we have one of those.
Yes, we do.
That is the Music Shack podcast.
Indeed it is.
We don't need to plug what we're recording again, Rom.
Why not?
Wait, they're already here. I don't think we need to tell them to go here.
We did that on Ish Talkers, the one when you were on vacation.
We plugged the show we were doing.
We went plug God. and plugged what we were doing while we were doing it. But anyway.
Did you at least plug this one, or was
Yeah,
it?
we plugged both.
Okay.
We plugged Ish Talkers on Ish Talkers and plugged this one as well.
Yes.
It's kind of funny.
It was, we went plug
And we
God
kept
mode.
it. We didn't get rid of that.
No, because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah. Like I said, I don't have any news other than the Corey Taylor thing.
All right.
I have no news other than Vianity is releasing a new album in August.
Who is this?
Vianity, they're a power metal band.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. I shared Winds of Asgard with you guys a while back.
Yes. Here I am lying again. I found out Pixel Terror was streaming music production, I guess, for the new album the other day.
Oh.
Streaming on Twitch.
I'm tired of dealing with liars. All right.
I'm sorry.
He's lying to it. Remember last week he lied to us about not having any new EDM to talk about, and then started talking about the chicks.
He also promised.
Wait a second. Hold on.
That's funny.
He
also
for a second.
He's lied to us twice now. He also promised us a topic for Ish Talkers the week he wasn't here and didn't give us one.
All right. Well.
Exactly. You guys have brains.
They don't work half the time.
They're optional.
That's why there's two of you, so that hopefully they overlap sometimes.
And form one brain cell.
All right.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, Pixel Terror was streaming the other day on Twitch for music production. I think on the new album he's working on.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. I didn't watch it, but I just saw he was doing it. I promise that is all the news I have.
I guess another thing we can talk about real quick is that... oh, don't give me that look.
I didn't give you a look. I gave it to Ed.
What? But, people over at the Has Been Hotel team released a music video for their song Addict.
That was a while ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's not relevant. Okay, Ed, you good there?
No.
Okay. But, yeah, Addict came out a couple weeks ago. I haven't heard it yet, but
Okay.
I love Has Been Hotel.
It's actually a really good song.
I would assume so.
Mm-hmm. The animation in it is beautiful. It's very fluid.
But, I think that about wraps it.
Yeah, I think that's all we got to talk about, right?
Good week, though.
Yeah.
Very good
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, we'll have
I promise I'll recommend an album next week.
All right.
I may recommend 2.
Okay.
Actually, it was just a week ago. So,
Was it really? It just feels longer.
About a week
relevant.
ago.
It is relevant. Screw you.
I don't feel like that was last week.
Well, it says right here, it was posted a week ago, so in your
Ha.
face.
Weird. Okay.
All right.
But
Alright,
I do believe that wraps up.
I believe that concludes Fish Talkers Anonymous. Fuck! God damn it!
Yeah?
That concludes Music Shack Podcast. Fucker!
You wanna turn the bass down there?
No, bass is love, bass is life. But I do believe that concludes Music Shack Podcast episode 13.
Thank you again for joining us this week, as you guys always do. Please spread the information, spread the channel, spread the love.
Spread the love.
Tell people that we exist, because I'm not sure we do at this point.
We don't.
No. We need reassurance and confirmation. But like I said, thank you guys again.
Yes. Player, one love. Stay safe. Mosh and rave responsibly,
If you can.
if you can. Love today, live tomorrow, unite forever, as they said in Tomorrowland.
Have fun, don't die.
Yep. And enjoy the noise.